Okay, so today is the 15th and Christmas is in 10 days, and as of tonight, I am officially 23 weeks and 6 days pregnant. I can't believe it's already like halfway over. It's amazing that it's gone by this quick. It still feels like the first day just finding out for sure that I was pregnant. I'd had a doctor's appointment Tuesday of the previous week, and everything seemed normal. They told me that my belly was measuring small, and I was pretty astounded by that fact, considering I think that I'm pretty big. I weigh more right now than I've ever weighed in my entire life. Like, it's so scary. I weighed in at 192, and I wanted to cry, literally. It was one of the scariest things ever to see that number on the scale. You know, I really hated going to the doctor in the first place because every time I go in there, they always automatically slide that little scale thing all the way, like the big one, to the 200. And I'm like, God, you really think I'm that fat? And then they always have to bring it down to like the 101 or the 151. Well, the 101 before I wound up being pregnant, but now the 151 and stuff. I have to go back next Thursday to do a sugar test, and then this coming Monday, I have to go to the hospital to do an ultrasound. And after that, I had no clue, like, scheduling doctor's appointments. They told me in about 9 weeks they want me going into the hospital once a week to monitor me for contractions. I know, like, especially today, I've had a lot of pain in my lower abdomen, and it's like almost like period cramps, but it hurts worse, and it's a different feeling. It's really weird. Like, it was really bad going out to the grocery store today. Lost my train of thought. But it was really bad, like, walking around the grocery store and stuff, which I did a lot of work walking around yesterday too. So I don't know if it's like, if I maybe pulled something or what. I know today, like, at one point I was doing some house cleaning, and I popped my hip out of place, and for a while after that, like, every step I took, my hip would go like pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out. I've not really felt sick at all this week, and I've not felt any hungrier than I have been so far. It's been like normal hunger, I guess, for me so far. There's not really been anything developed that wasn't already going on, or that wasn't like mentioned to me by the doctor that could be going on here soon. Really the only thing that I have is just my own issues. I'm really worried about stuff right now, and I'm just really irritated with my family too. My aunt had called a few days back, and I talked to her on the phone, and it turned into a conversation of, you know, oh, you should give the baby up to a nice Christian couple who could love her more. Okay, you know, first of all, I go to church, and I go regularly. Sam goes to church, and, you know, I don't know. I think that's ridiculous. You know, if loving her more means buying name brand clothes or her having a ton of toys, then yeah, okay, maybe I can't do all that. But that does not mean that I do not love my daughter. That's ridiculous. You know, my aunt never had any children of her own, and she's she's really major into, I'll say she's religious, is what we'll say. We'll leave it at that. And she was saying, you know, that I should just give her up for adoption and go back to Carson Newman next fall and be normal again, be a normal teenager. It would not matter if I gave her up for adoption. I would never be a normal teenager again, because I will still have the experience of having carried her for 9 months and having made that bond, that connection with her. And like, nobody, do not ever let anyone tell you that you do not make a connection with your baby when it's in the womb. That's ridiculous. You make a connection, and it's strong, and you love that little baby before you even see them on the ultrasound. Like the moment that I found out, I loved the baby, regardless of, I didn't know that it was a girl. I didn't know anything about her, and I still don't really know anything about her. I don't know what she'll look like, if she'll look like me or Sam, or one of my parents, or one of his parents, or, you know, I don't know who she'll be. I don't know if she'll be smart. I don't know if, you know, she'll get in a lot of trouble, or if she'll be able to sing, or, you know, I don't know. I don't know who she'll be, but I love her immensely, regardless of whatever she will be and whatever she will do in her life. It's just ridiculous. And then things with my dad aren't that great either. You know, in the last 6 months, I've seen my dad one time, and that was 6 months ago, telling him that I was pregnant. And since then, I've not seen him. In the year before that, I saw my dad probably about 3 times or so. He moved out of state, and he moved to the beach. And like, my senior year fall break, I was supposed to go out there and stay with him, and he blew me off. And Christmas break, he was supposed to buy me a plane ticket, and I was supposed to go out there and see him, and he never bought me the ticket, and he blew me off again. And spring break, he did the same thing. Like, in ways, I was shocked that he came to graduation. And Dad's just really, he doesn't say much about the situation at all. Like, on the phone a few days ago, Daddy had asked me what I was going to name the baby. And I was trying to tell him her name and tell him what it meant. And he was totally uninterested in hearing me tell him what it meant. Like, I thought he would really like it, but whatever. And, you know, he'd asked about the car thing, and I kind of told him, you know, that we weren't going to fix my car, that cost too much. And I told him how much my fines were from that wreck. I owe $1,375. And that's not including my court costs. That's not going to driving school and all this other stupid crap I'm going to have to do because some retard driving on a suspended license hit me. And Dad said, well, you're just going to have to pay the consequences for pulling out in front of someone. I did not deliberately pull out in front of that guy. All I know is he wasn't there when I started to pull out. You know? Ooh, gosh. So that really didn't go well. And Mom had told me, you know, that she didn't think Dad was going to help me, that she thinks Dad is kind of an opinion of once you're 18, you sink or swim on your own, and you don't need, like, your parents to help you anymore. And I don't think that's true, because I think you're always going to need your family, no matter how old you get, regardless. You know, that doesn't mean be a bum on your family, but that means, you know, that at some points in your life, you're going to need someone that's dependable, that you can fall back on, and that's going to be your family. And for me, about the only person I really have is my mom. My mom and my oldest brother, I guess. You know, I don't know, like, just things with my family are really weird about it, and I've got like a half of my family on my dad's side that I haven't told that I was pregnant yet, and I really don't know when I'm going to tell them or how. Pretty much everybody, well, everybody on my mom's side does know. And then, you know, Sam, he's still not working and doesn't have a job, and I really thought he had one. You know, he had that interview, and I thought it went well for him. And then they didn't call him back, but they hired a bunch of other people. But they did hire, like, a lot of older people who could work day shift. So I guess that they didn't need kids to work nights and weekends. They just needed people who could work while the kids were, like, at school. I mean, I don't know. I've really, minus being cramping and like having pain in my lower abdomen, I'm just more worried about everything else right now. The money that I had saved up for the baby, I'm going to wind up having to use that to pay my fines, and that's not even going to pay half of those. And I don't know what I'm going to do, because like, I'd called back to some places that had my application from a while back, and they kind of nicely told me, you know, yeah, call back when you're not pregnant, because in about 17 weeks, I think, I would have to take off for maternity leave anyway, and I really don't know what's going to happen, if I'm going to have to, like, go earlier or what yet, because, well, just because they're afraid that I'll go into preterm labor and all this other weird, stupid stuff, and I have my sugar test Thursday, and that's for that gestational diabetes. So, we'll see how that goes. I don't know what to expect, really. But, I don't know, I've not really got a whole lot to say, unless I just sit here and complain about everything else. I guess this week is just kind of one of those weeks where I just really, more than anything, I feel really alone in a lot of this, and really sad about things. I mean, my dad was not there for me, really. Not when I really needed him. And I don't want Sam to do that to her. I want Sam to be there for her, regardless of me and Sam, whatever our relationship status is down the road. I mean, right now things are good with us, but regardless of whatever happens, I want him to be there for her. And I don't want it to be, you know, like Sam, I don't know. I don't plan on just, like, turning her out once she's 18, saying it's sink or swim time. Because, I don't know. I guess I just have, like, confidence issues right now. And if I am really, like, enough for her, I mean, Sam will occasionally tell me that I'm going to be a good mom. But none of my family really tells me that or encourages me. You know, my aunt tells me, well, you should give her up to a Christian couple who could love her more, and that I'll never be enough for her. So, I mean, I can understand my family saying that to me if I was on drugs or, you know, just something like that. But that's not the case with me. And I know without a doubt that if I was married, or even if I was just 10 years older and not even married, my family would never say these things to me. So I feel like young mothers are really judged harder than any other category of mothers. I mean, regardless, your parenting skills are going to be judged no matter how old you are. But even, like, in the beginning, before the child's even born, you're automatically judged so much harder just because you're young. And, you know, that doesn't even matter. That shouldn't matter. Your age isn't going to make you capable of being a parent. It's going to be your ability to love your child and to put your child before yourself. That's going to make you a parent. At least that's what I think. But I guess I'll show my belly, and then I'm just going to, I don't know, take a shower and go to bed for church tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. Oh, my Christmas tree is really distracting in the background. I'm sorry. But there's my belly. From the side. From the other side. Oh my goodness gracious. The shirt's not fitting like it was either. And that's it from the front. But, that's it. Eventually, I think here soon, I'm gonna do a video of, like, what all I have for her already and show you some of her clothes and, her car seat and her bouncer and some stuff like that I have for her. Let me think. Yeah, I think that's everything. Bye.